Yeah.
Syrians, Arabs.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yo, this is brother Brian. Coming to you live from Philadelphia. This is the Three-Headed Monster podcast. Today, we got brother Crew Cut. Today, we're gonna try our best to at least finish this off in a positive note.
You got two screens on because you got a little echo.
I got echo. Hold up. I'm doing something right quick. I'm trying to get the people to come in. Uh,
I got you.
Still waiting on brother Jerome to jump in. So we just try and give the people some time to jump in on this.
So, what you think about Kanye?
Yo, I listened to that whole. I listened to him on Drink Champs.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really. The only problem. Let's see. All right, hold up. Let's get this. Let me do to everyone. I appreciate everyone coming on. Brother Jerome is coming on later. He's coming on soon. He'll probably be on here in a few minutes. But anything that we put out here is just our opinions and our opinions alone. We do try to bring facts and we try to bring education and knowledge to what we do. But again, this is opinion based and um, like, share, and comment. Please comment because we like to get people in on this one. Because again, we got brother Crew Cut. It's been a minute. But when he's on, yeah, it's about to get dicey. So you asked a question: how I feel about Kanye or Kanye's comment. I watched Drink Champs. I actually watched it twice because I wanted to really get a understanding of
Of
what was
Kanye
said.
on the cognac.
Yeah, some of the stuff he's saying was some real stuff. I mean, he was speaking facts to us, But at the same time, his emotions is one of his worst things because his emotions will wreck whatever he's saying. It'll kick back what he just said.
Yeah,
So his emotion is one of his worst enemies. So
I just think he's a brother, a passionate brother that know how to create. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah, yeah.
He's good at what he do, and for some reason, I guess he felt like he wanted to be on the I got all this money, let me help my people phase. You know what I'm saying? And probably went at it the wrong way. Um, he's still from over there in East Chicago. So he's still from the hood. Yeah, he
Yeah, he
probably
considered
just
himself a
wanted to get
nerd.
back. Huh?
Yeah, he considered himself a backpacker nerd.
Yeah.
So I think the only thing that I actually getting out of that video that because I didn't see the tweets because I ain't on Twitter, and I guess the DEFCON 3 was something that a lot of people took notice on. Like, yo, what is he meaning by this? Other issue that I didn't like is like how he slid Ice Cube under the bus. Boy, he slid Cube under the bus. But some conversations is meant to keep private. But at the same time, was he speaking some real facts? Yeah, yeah. Was he putting it out there? But I didn't know. But he found out quickly who runs the show.
Yeah. But he called it though. He sat there and said it. You got a couple of videos where he's saying, yo, I'm not feeling Adidas right now. He wanted to get out the contract with them. And then Gap had just cut him. They stocks dropped way before he did what he had to do, before he said what he had to say. So a lot of people saying he was a genius for being able to get out those contracts the way he did. That how people talk, but that would have been smooth to say, hey, okay, boom, say what he had to say. Hey, they run this, but the only thing I gotta say to that is this: what Kanye was saying. Nobody denied that stuff was being true. We all know that they own 90% of the radio stations, correct?
Yeah.
We know they own most of the broadcasting channels. So the image that they push out of us is nothing positive because they have the last say so of what's being pushed.
True
You get
that.
what
True
I'm
that.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we do have a positive side to our people, just like you have the dark side, and that's to any race,
True
right?
that. Yes.
But you only glorify or promote or show the dark side of our people. You don't really glorify husband and wife raising kids that go to college. You don't glorify that anymore. Now it's all about who can kill the most people and who, if this is your channel, when is enough, or where's the balance? At least where's the balance? You know what I'm saying? There's no balance. So back in the day, we had a balance. We don't have a balance no more. You cut on the radio is shoot them dead and pop your butt from the time it cut on at 6 o'clock in the morning to midnight.
Oh yeah. It's nothing positive. That's why I only stick with my old school. That's why I can
Yeah,
only.
but how many kids sticking to the old school though? How many
No, no,
kids
no,
like
no,
yo?
no. I'm saying that's why I can only do it. It's
Yeah, so we
hard
in a
to
we
listen to
we in a
things
blicker.
like that.
We in what my son would say. We in a cluster fuck right now
True
because
that.
we're stuck between a hard rock and we stuck right now. We can't speak out and say, "Hey, wake up, people! We need to get together and do this." Now, all of a sudden, you spewing hate. You try to get some people to congregate and get together and say, "Hey, we need to do this for our community," and you just trying to target your people. Now you spewing hate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now it's an issue, but everybody else can do it. Everybody else can live in their own little communities and stuff like that. Move to your community, take over your community, set up your business, whatever. But in our hand, it's like everything is done possible to keep us from thriving. No matter what it is, I don't care. I can name a million roadblocks right now for truckers going through right now uh, that they stop you from thriving. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I feel you.
we have to figure out a way to stop asking them for stuff. Like stop, like yo, we need a hand. We need to figure out our own way to create our own facilities to generate funds on our own. We have to find another way to create revenue for our people.
Uh oh.
Funds on
Look,
our own. We
look
have to
who,
find
look
another
who
way
late to the party.
to create revenue for our people.
What's up, fellas?
Oh, now
What
you
up,
come
Jerome?
on. What's going on, man?
Oh, hold on, let me turn you down. How y'all
What's
fellas
up,
doing?
Jeremy?
How
I'm
y'all
cooling.
fellas doing? All right, all
I'm
right.
cooling.
That's
Hey,
what's up.
hold on, Jerome. Before we get started, I need you to go to your Facebook and change the edit on the post because it's only saying just you.
All right.
So, okay, Jerome, you on?
Yeah, I'm on. What's up?
This is gonna be deep. I was talking to Crew Cut a little bit earlier. I wish he was here because you like my big brother therapist. Um, to help
Yeah.
me with serious family um, conversations. How do I say that? Friendly conversations.
Okay.
Because, but I'm not gonna bring her in. Um, my cheerleader that cheers for the other team. Sometimes um, we kind of disagreed on this whole situation because I wanted to understand So we was talking about Kanye,
Okay.
and he put it out there, and then it literally happened. It's like he predicted it, or how you put it in fruition. Is I'm saying the right word? But he put it out there, and what happened? It happened.
He
Right.
How you
showed you. He told you.
when banks say we don't want your money, that's when
Right.
you know it's serious. But then at
Right.
the same time, he put it out there.
Yeah,
Did he
because he
not?
wanted to show you how it really was. It's up to you to believe it.
So would you consider he make a sacrifice? He just literally he made himself a sacrificial lamb.
No, because I believe if he made it, he can make it again. It's not like he went to the Poe house. You know what I'm saying? Like 400 million, still a whole bunch of money. Still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those was contracts and stuff that went away. That wasn't actual money that he actually had at the moment. It
No.
just was his value.
And I
Yeah.
don't even wear
And
the
that
shoes.
that 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 was like an estimated value, right? So it's not what he could liquidate. That was his gaining. Uh, Showed what he could gain over the years, right?
Mhm.
But first of all, let me say hello to my Facebook family. Uh, Hello to my YouTube family. Hello to my two brothers. I don't know how you started it off, but you know how I always do it. This is all opinion, all talk. Don't believe anything that we tell you. Go back and research everything that you hear. When you got it, come back. Let's build upon it, like we're gonna build tonight. Um,
Are we? Hopefully we can make it through.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They won't cut our connection. But so, what was the question that you was asking?
No, because he asked me how I feel about the Kanye situation.
Okay.
So me, let me break it up. I became a Kanye West fan. His first three albums are classics. Maybe his first four are classics for me. Never bought a pair of his shoes because I think they're ugly, in my
Right.
opinion. You know,
Right.
they say they mad comfortable. Okay,
Yeah.
but it wasn't something that. But see, this is what gets me with that. Adidas still gonna sell those same shoes. And I asked everybody who wear Yeezys, where is his logo at on the shoes?
Right.
And you
This is his
only
name.
it's
The
the
name is the
sole,
logo.
the insole, the insole. So you change out the insole, it's just Adidas shoes. So they still own the shoes. They own the patent for the shoes. He just owns the name to the shoes.
That's what I'm saying. The name. That's his brand.
But for them to drop them like that, it's kind of like, because I'd be honest with you, before Yeezys, who was really, what Adidas shoe would you wear?
I don't know. But I think, talking about the shoe, you'll kind of get lost in the context of what's really going on, right?
That's
hmm
how he built
So,
this.
It ain't got nothing to do with the shoe.
Other than his musical talents, what made him, you got to understand though, this dude literally begged, what, 5 years ago? He begged for $500 million to help get what he needed. And,
did he get it?
he built his, no, I don't know if he did. But I know he built
He
his,
had the right idea. Let me tell you something though.
go ahead.
White folks can get together, get about 4, 5 guys. Hey man, I got this idea over here. Check out the numbers, get back with me. They get together, they all invest together. Next thing you know, they got a powerhouse running. Black folks, hey man, let me tell you what I got going on. We don't move like that. And that's the difference. If
You know why?
If Kanye had, okay, instead of him going to them coming for the money, he come to us for the money. He know we wouldn't give it to him. But if we gave it to him, he will be able to produce what he was able to produce for them. He'll still be able to produce, and you'll have stocks in the company by giving them the money.
Right.
But we are into this. We gonna do it ourselves. You get it how you get it. I'm gonna get it how I get it, and that's why we can only get so much. But if you get a group of guys get together, 10 guys, 750 credit scores, $2,000 a piece, you can open up a nice ass company.
That's facts.
But guys ain't thinking like that. We rather get it out the mud and then you wonder why the elders don't want to give you nothing because they had to do the same shit. They had to get it out the mud. They probably reached out, couldn't get it. They had to get it out the mud.
Not
Right.
only that is
Kanye,
we can't come
Kanye,
together.
but like you say, he had to beg. He begged he didn't beg for $5 million. That man begged for a whole bunch of money to do what he wanted to do, what he had to do. And it worked. It worked so well that when they didn't drop them and now they about to make millions of dollars off of something that they ain't got to pay him nothing on.
So so Adidas dropped them. Beyonce Lago, which
Yeah.
trust me, they shoes ugly too. They
Oh, they
dropped them.
ugly. I wouldn't wear that shit.
I didn't even know he was with Gap. But it's interesting that this man was really out here doing his thing. Now what got me though, I guess it set me up with the White Lives Matter shirt that got me.
You know, two black guys
That
created that.
oh my God, they owned the patent to that.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, can we restart this? Because this is like a closed session.
What's a closed session?
This live.
What are you talking about?
You see people in it?
No, I told you it's not closed on what end is closed.
I'm looking at. Okay, now it's changed. I guess it had to repopulate. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, because ain't really nobody commenting.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's closed, but it's
No,
fine.
when I told you when we started
I
it,
can't share it with the group. Yeah, I changed it. I changed it to public.
I mean, I'm trying to think. How you mean restart it?
But but go ahead. What you say with Vince Lago?
No, because I mean, at the same time, he get dropped. Now, this might be a perfect plan for him to do his own thing. I
Yep.
mean, people gonna wear his shoes. He got everybody's attention. He exposed certain people, but I'm trying to get over this anti-Semitic thing. This
The Germans created that term for the Jew. Is that correct? The Germans created that anti-Semitic, the Semitic, whatever you call it.
Semitic.
Anti-Semitic.
So what is being Semitic?
First used by Wilmer Marr, German radical nationalist and race agitator who founded the anti-Semitic 1879. He created that shit.
Yeah. Well, that Semitic is not being anything. It's supposed to be like a haplogroup, a group of people, right? But the people, when the word was first created, Semitics, these, it didn't include anybody that you consider white.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But because they use the term Jew, because they have adopted a certain religion, they adopted the term Semitic.
Wow, whoa, why you say adopted?
Look.
He's funny, right? Because the area that they say they came from, that's where the religion came from.
We talking about Israel?
Yeah, or that belief system came from. But the people themselves adopted it they were from what you would call Upper Turkey,
Curse
um,
ice.
and so they came down and adopted the religion, and so they put their imprints on it, and it's
Ran with
theirs
it.
now, if you will.
They ran with it
His
and let it go.
story. That's why I was just saying earlier to Brian about his story. Because India was Hindustan. It wasn't
Mhm.
no India. So how could you call them Indians if they was Hindustanians or whatever you call it? And
Right.
now you got, I can't even say it, but the place where you was talking about, that place just came to be what, 1947, I think. I gotta pull up the date, but I think Israel became
Yeah,
Israel
after World War II.
1949, I think.
After World War
1949. So
Yeah.
this place just came to be, right?
True.
Now,
by
amongst
the Brits
that,
and us, by the United States and the British. Help. The
while
people.
we
But
worried about that, we got Kanye issue, we got Kyrie issue, we got Russia talking about nuking. Out of all that, we got Russia again talking about nuking Ukraine, and we got time to talk about semantics.
and
Also,
it becomes semantics.
semantics. I'm sorry. Then you
No, no, I said
also
that's what
have.
it becomes, semantics. But go ahead.
Then you also have North Korea
Mm-hmm.
got like they said they seen something like 180 fighter jets in the sky, and South Korea is trying to hurry up and get their stuff together. Japan is on high alert, and we talking about semantics.
That is true. Because that's what's dominating the current news flow. I am so sick of this shit.
So we should not be talking about Kanye if hundreds of thousands of people's lives is at stake.
Is it
Kanye should
really,
be
or
the
is that just the way the news keep screwing up the fear?
well, they do, they instigated and make it bigger than what it really is. But we already know Kim
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 Jong Il.
whatever his name is, he ignorant. And then they had everybody in Japan on high alert, and they had them to do evacuation today, and they had missiles. They had missiles land on the shores of South Korea. So it's
Right.
a lot. It's a lot going on.
Of course.
Then you can't forget about Haiti. Haiti's up in the uproar right now. You got wow, we got a lot going on, Jerome.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a lot going on in the world. I think uh, just the media itself is doing its job. It's keeping people confused. You don't have anything to concentrate on, right? And so the one thing about Kanye, uh, Kyrie, that that I noticed, to me, it's like, and I use a story like this. When there's people that's trying to get free, right?
Uh,
Mhm.
You would take the ones that have a voice, and you would take them out, and you would beat them in front of everybody.
Ouch.
I mean, you just wear them out, even if you had to beat them to death, because the most important thing is not that they spoke up. That's not the important thing. The important thing is that they created an idea. You can't kill ideas. Once the people get on one accord with an idea,
Mm.
it changes the whole structure of how you do business. I
it's
heard,
because they don't want smart citizens. They want
right, right. They need you following orders. You need to be
mhm.
subservient. I heard Coach say that other so-called races can come together and work on business and have no problems, but we can't, right? And that's
Americans can't.
because we've been taught to deal with problems.
Mm-hmm.
We deal with problems through emotions. We deal with problems through how we feel. If I ain't feeling it, I ain't messing with you. You know what I'm saying? If it don't feel right to me, I ain't getting down with it, right? They don't do that. They look at it from the rational part. I don't care how I feel about you. You know, how is this going to affect me in the long run?
Right.
In the long run, if it's more beneficial for me to be with my enemy, then I'll be with my enemy.
Because it's
Right.
the capitalist mindset.
Right.
Huh? What I'm saying, listen what I'm saying. Listen close.
No. I feel you. I feel you.
No, and when I say listen close, I'm not talking to you. I'm saying,
Oh,
I'm talking to who we talking to.
okay.
We've been taught to deal with everything through emotion. It's how you feel. When you were in church, right? Guess what? The only way you knew God was in the building. Because of how you felt.
You hooping and hollering.
Because you felt the spirit, right? Not that you had any acknowledgement, not that you had any manifestation, not that there was anything that
you just felt something.
But you felt something.
You know what you felt, don't you?
You see what I'm saying? We're emotionally led people.
We confused.
Like I said, yeah, we don't understand how we've been trained to deal with our emotions.
Because you know, if you got 50 people saying they about to go beat somebody up, they're gonna feel something.
Yeah,
you got 50 people saying we want peace and love, they're gonna feel something.
Right.
You got 50 people saying we gonna get this money and they working together to get some money, they're gonna get some money. Right. You got 50 people saying kill all day, guess what's gonna happen? Somebody gonna get killed. No matter if it's a story or not, you say it enough, it's what's gonna it becomes the norm. It will becomes what happens.
That's true. I believe that. I mean, and you know, through psychology, right? Oh, here's a good thing. And coach, you could back me on this.
What?
You a boxing trainer, right?
Right.
I knock his damn block off. No, I'm just joking.
And you might do that. You might do that. But here's what I'm saying. This is what he got over you, B. So you teach technique, right?
Right.
You teach proper footwork, right?
Right.
And you talk about how to square off. Don't give them your whole body, right?
Right. Give them angles.
Give them angles, right?
Right.
But like I said, those are things that you train every time, right? You don't.
Right.
You could go through a whole session and not hit anybody because what you train the feet, you train the angles,
right? You trying not right?
You right?
See, right. You correct.
So what I'm saying is that we don't have the proper training on the technique. All we know how to do is fight. That's why every time we go into a street fight, we get our ass whooped. All we do is fight on emotion. We ain't never been trained how to properly set our feet, how to give an angle, how to duck a punch, how to roll punch. You know what I'm saying? How to roll punches, how to roll your shoulder. You know, we don't know how to do those things. All we know how to do is fight with our emotion. And coach will tell you, anybody that's just in that mad is gonna get whooped by somebody know what they're doing, and they in control. And
if somebody trained, you in trouble, buddy.
You in trouble. If they calm and you all emotional, you gonna lose that fight every time.
Yeah. As soon as you get your feelings, the fight over.
That's us. We hadn't been properly trained, and we don't want to listen to anybody. This man, he's a coach. It's in his name. Why wouldn't I listen to him about how to fight somebody? But we'll say, he don't know that. He think he tough. Like you just said, I knock his block off.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I just spray? Oh, man, I just showed that N-word side of me.
So I'm saying that's us in a nutshell, man. We're not trained to fight. We got all the ability, but we don't have the training.
We got to push the energy to training life. So all the energy, the focus being pushed to who the fly is, who got the biggest diamonds, who rap the best or whatever. and who killed the most folks, I guess. So that's what's being seen right now. We need to push the energy need to be pushed on how many doctors in your family, how many lawyers in your family, how many of this in your family, how many of that in your family.
Right.
Those need to be the energies that need to be pushed over airwaves and TV shows to make children be like, don't even know about like all the bad stuff that went on. We just need to sack it up, put it in a bag, say, okay, we had fun, but that didn't do nothing but knock us off.
Let
Because every one of our communities, we dying by the boatloads, man. And now the
right.
jails is full of children. There ain't no more grown folks in jail. There ain't no more kids in jail now.
Let me let me let me
Oh, you scratched
let
the
me spin a
nerve.
story for y'all. Y'all mind if I do some story time? So check this out. So here we are, late 1800s, early 1900s, right?
Yeah, coming out
In
of
Germany.
oh,
I
in
take
In
Germany.
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 Okay,
In
in England.
Germany, right?
Got it. Uh-huh.
So why do we always think that Jews, or what they called at that time the Jewish people, were poor? Why do we think that? Because they gave you the
I
word.
never looked at him as poor. I looked at him
Because
as
they
the
gave you
one.
the word ghetto. Now, the reason why I say yes, and the reason why I say systematically we think they poor is because they got control.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were overtaken and they were downtrodden. So what do we think? We always associate them to us, right?
Right.
And their plight, our plight, and how it went through. But you got to look in that time in Germany. There was two political parties that were in fight. One political party got them a mouthpiece, Adolf Hitler. The other political party, they had money, but they didn't have the mouthpiece. Eventually, the mouthpiece swayed the whole country. Those that had money and those that were running things at the time were ousted from power,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because think about, look at all these TV shows you see. They always talk about those old Jews at that time getting back family heirlooms, getting back gold, getting back money. So if they were broke, where they getting all this stuff back from, right?
Right.
And why did the Germans or the Nazi Party take their money,
Because they
right?
controlled
So
it.
listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
Who were allies at that time through this whole time with the Germans? The United States. So the United States was partners. This is way before the war.
Right.
They've always been partners with Germany, right?
But they studied. They
So
studied.
but listen, so
Mm-hmm.
America they were partners with the people that were in power, and that was the rich ones, or who you would call those Jewish people. So when the nationalist Germans took over, America switched beds. You see what I'm saying? And they allowed what happened to them people to happen. Why do you think America feels so responsible? Why do you think they always taking care? Why do you think they always defend it? Because they allowed the power to shift.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? They allowed the power. Because think about it like this: there was Operation. It's Operation. I can't think of which one it is. Paperclip. When
Paperclip.
they took the German scientists and brought them to America after the war,
Paperclip.
right?
Paperclip.
Yeah, that's why I said paperclip.
Oh.
Operation Paperclip, right? So how do you think, who were them people tied with that America just could freely bring them over here with no persecution? They were already tied into Germany. They've always been tied into Germany. It was just that when the power switched, they had to make a new deal in America.
Mm.
And
So what did they?
Plus we
So
was
what did
bought.
they give them in return? They gave them the media, and they gave them control of the media. Why do you think Hollywood started when it did?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Keep
I
That's
thought
going, bro.
control, because
I
that
thought
was a
they
new
first
medium, huh?
right. They
That was a
started
new
doing
media
films up in
control.
Jersey first, and then they went out to Cali.
Right. But I'm saying when I say Hollywood, I'm talking about the whole media control
Propaganda
what you
joint.
see. Yeah, the propaganda. It
Mhm.
was in Germany, now it's in America.
Mhm.
Damn, I was born in Germany.
There you go. See? You know.
You're a black
but
Jew and you just don't know it.
I
but I'm
was
just
born
saying
in Germany.
I'm trying to paint a picture of we've been misinformed of how everything went down. It wasn't just like people was downtrodden and held down all the time. There was a switch in power.
Mm.
And the ones that were in power got ousted, but they still had ties. If you go back like you go back
No, that's
1800s,
deep though.
1700s, going back, then you'll understand Germany, Prussia, and England, and how
Mhm.
they had families that were tied together. So these English families are in America. They still have their Prussian and what you call German family. So that everybody's still in power. They just in a different place.
So the people that Kanye called out,
Right. These elites.
they
Go ahead.
showed themselves. They showed themselves when everybody bowed down and whipped them
Yeah.
on national TV.
Yo,
Right.
he got whipped nicely too.
24 hours, and then Kyrie just got whooped.
Well, just a
Suspended,
post.
$500,000 fine, and
The
have to
top.
apologize. 5-game suspension. Um,
What did he do wrong?
he he has a platform, and he shared
Yeah.
anti-Semitism.
He
Yeah.
has he has he has influence.
So
Right.
basically, him posting that made people go back and watch that video.
Just
Let me
think
show
if he
you.
would have posted something like Hidden Colors, what they would have said about that.
They probably
Right.
would do the same thing.
Hey, listen, check this out. And this is just my analogy. It ain't from nowhere, it's just from my head.
From your head.
So America being this plantation, right? You had two kind of I use the word black so we can stay in that term, two kind of black term. You had one that was in the house and one that's in the field, right? The one that is in the house know all master secrets. He
Right.
get to talking. We definitely gonna have to beat him in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because he know the secrets of the house. So we got to make sure we cut all his connections. He can never get back in the house. You know, we're gonna strip him of everything, right? Because he's too dangerous because he knows the information. He's gonna end up dead. So
Mm.
now you got one that's in the field. Now the one that's in the field, he got influence. 'Cause everybody see how he work out there. Everybody see how strong he is. We'll follow him. So if he get to talking and he knows some of the things that's going on in the house, he has too much influence of the other. It don't matter how much he can make for us, we still got to kill him. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I see what you're saying.
Mhm.
I just want to know what he did wrong for him to get the backlash that he getting.
Bruh, really?
No,
He
I want to
bucked
hear
on
it. I
first.
want to
He
hear your
bucked on the
opinion.
vaccine. First, he bucked on the
Yeah,
vaccine, and now they repay to all them folks in New York that got fired. Then now this, they paying them folk back pay for all them folk that got fired.
right. So let's say this, B. Let's say he said all that about the vaccine, that he caused this uproar because he stood for whatever. Was he right?
Right now, he right.
Within himself, yes.
No, I'm saying, was he right about what he was saying?
Oh, he's an omnius. He's omnius. He believes in all
Hold on. Was
religions.
he right about what he said
No,
about
no,
what?
no. I'm talking about with the vaccine. Was he right?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
So if he was right about that, why we gonna let him keep talking? You understand what I'm saying?
He can't keep talking.
I can't let him keep talking. He was right about what he was talking about. They knew he was right.
So in other
So
words,
Semitic is a language: Hebrew, Arabic, Aramaic, and Ethiopic or whatever.
Ethiopian. You talk about Semitic.
Yeah,
Yeah, when you look at
It's an African phrase.
when you look at the origin of it, yeah, it was
it's an Afro-Asiatic language.
right, because what it really is like the Phoenicians, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the Phoenicians were like the coastline of the Mediterranean. They were North African. They
But
was
wait a minute, if it's an Afro-Asiatic language, that means he ain't said nothing wrong.
Thank you.
But
that's
but
the whole
but
point, right? That's where I
but
started from the beginning.
but
The
they
word
bucking
you
on
gotta
him
look at the
about
word
the
Semitic
Holocaust. The
first.
Holocaust. They bucking on him saying that
But he never said nothing.
But the story that story says it. Now, but they didn't gave us our reparations yet, and ain't nobody apologized. Niggas being beat on the pole. Ain't nobody apologized about niggas being hung in every county. And then they got us in trophies in Montgomery, Alabama, at a museum with all the names, of all the niggas that was hung in every county, in every state in the South. Now, they got evidence that they did it, and we still ain't got reparations or nothing to say, hey man, we sorry about doing your family members like this, or so forth, or none of that.
Let
That's
me
in the
ask you
And
this.
past. That happened in the past. That didn't
Let me
happen
ask
this
you
that
year.
this.
that happened in the past. Wait a minute now. Wait a
No,
minute
no,
now. The
no, no.
Holocaust
I'm just
happened in the
saying
past too.
what is being said is that happened back then. That had nothing to do with me.
And that's what we say
Let
when
me
we talk about that. That happened in the past that had nothing to do with us.
so let me ask you
But we
this.
still have to apologize for saying anything about it. When they can go make all these crazy movies about some shit about slavery, and the shit can be fiction as hell.
But it's not even true. But
But listen,
go ahead.
what platform is it being shown on?
Jeff
On
Bezos.
on they shit. That's why.
But listen what I'm saying. So they can promote it and make money from
But
it, but
no,
they
it was
can't talk
shown
about
on
it.
Jeff Bezos shit,
It's on
and then it was
Amazon.
tweeted on Elon Musk shit, and Elon Musk is an Afrikaner. So,
So why is he the villain?
Thank you.
cause he a nigga. I mean, come on now. Everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga.
Facts. That's why I kept saying, what did he do that was wrong? And he taking it strong too. He taking it
Well,
real.
the first interview after the gang was tough. If you heard when he told him, he said, hey, look, I ain't mean to hurt nobody's feelings. He was like, I didn't write this book. I didn't produce this movie. You know what I'm saying? He was like, shit, I just seen something, I liked it, and I shared it at the end of the day.
Right.
And they beating him up about it. So that means you can't do shit.
No, it's showing that he's literally getting lynched in front of everybody.
Yeah, the modern day lynching.
You know what it's
When
showing?
it comes to some facts and some real history, and you got receipts behind it, yo, just understanding they did a Kanye to him. We could take all this shit away from you just like this.
But it's back to back. So who's next?
But my
Because
Nobody.
thing
somebody else gonna
Everybody's
say,
scared.
man, somebody else
this
gonna say, man, these guys is right. And they gonna go right back at they gonna tag them.
this is
So
my thing. This is my thing, y'all. I get that. And that
And
could
then he
be a next.
apologized
But
after the fact.
see, here's the thing. When are we gonna say, all right, everybody that's in the league, we leaving the league?
they ain't
Ooh.
gonna do that.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
That
just
shows
like
you the
that's just
power.
like
Because them contracts.
not
It don't
just
matter
that.
about the
That's just
contract. Because think about it like
that
this.
fact.
Let's say we never gonna play again. You think they gonna not let you play?
If we boycott.
No, you don't even have to boycott, just leave. You can break
It,
contract.
it'll never happen. It'll never
Why it
happen.
won't happen, crew cut?
One nigga, that's like they golden egg.
For who?
You've been doing this since you've been 2 years old. This all you know. This your golden egg. You take care of your whole entire family, your extended family. You take care of everybody close to you, and you know them. You stop doing that right now. All that goes away. They not gonna do that. Our morals
Okay.
is gone. Our
Yeah.
loyals to our morals is gone. That's over with.
It's
So
all
what if
about them.
everybody left and went to the big three?
Uh, they having problem paying folks right now. But anyway,
It wouldn't if everybody went to the big three.
yeah, you're right. It wouldn't be a problem if everybody went to the big three. You'll have an awesome ass league, but then they'll find a way to sue those players
Then take us
and
off of
stop
TV.
them from shooting basketball and so forth and so on. It'll be a trickle effect.
We
A
don't
lot of
have a
folks
black
I
network.
died.
mean, is
We
that a
don't have a
bad
black
thing?
network.
Is that a bad thing?
No.
You
It's
wouldn't
not a bad thing.
would you sacrifice sports for us to get our dignity back? For us to get
Ooh,
our
I would.
I ain't got no problem with that.
our foundation
But
back?
see, I was saying it started on a smaller scale by the music is showing that we love each other and we promoting ourselves, and you show that to the rest of the world. Like we ain't gonna talk about killing each other no more like that.
But because we've been so ingrained with killing each other, if you put music out there like that, they soft, they whack, they this, they that. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been manipulated to the point we don't even understand what uh, true music is.
There's no love in it. There's no passion behind it. There's no love making
That's why I say there's
music
no balance in
it
the
from the heart.
music. That's what I was saying. No balance. It's a time for
But
everything, but give me a balance.
I agree with you, brother. But here's
I
my
miss
thing.
MD.
So here's my thing. So pull back a little bit. Pull back just a little bit. So why do you have balance, right? Why do you have balance?
It is
You
always
need
balance.
balance.
Balance is
Why? Why?
You need
Because
balance.
you're saying it's like somebody professing their love for somebody else, right? Like a
Right?
man to a woman, woman to a man, right?
mhm,
Right?
So
the
pull
yin
back
and the
and look
yang.
at society. Do women need men anymore? So
Hell
how
no.
effective would a ballot be?
Well, they took the balance away.
But I'm saying, look at society though. Would they accept it? You got the
No.
modern woman. They don't even need men no more. So
Man,
how
it's all. I told you we're in a clusterfuck. Um,
but
we got
see, we look at little things, right? Then that's how we've been taught. We always look at this.
We're simple minded.
No. We always look at the symptom, right? But we never been taught how to look at what causes the problem. You know, I've always said this, and I'll say it again, just for this viewership, is that Black people know we have a problem, but we can't articulate what the problem is.
and that's a problem in itself.
That's the very big problem.
I need
You
help,
know,
Jerome. I need help.
we all do, brother.
Well,
I'm
but
here
wait a
for
minute,
you,
wait a
man.
minute though.
I'm
A
here
lot
for
of
you.
people go. The rich will go get help. They will go get. They will go talk to somebody and help them get through those issues to where they can articulate the problem and get it
Right.
out and move on with their life. Well, versus us have to deal with something that we're not able to articulate and die with that. You know what I'm saying? That's rough.
Bro, let me tell you the power of false information. This is how powerful it is. For most people, Black people, you go talk to, Black people can't swim. That's universal, right?
Right.
Black people can't swim.
It's not a fact in my house, but keep going.
It's not a fact anywhere, but it's something that's believed universally.
Mm-hmm.
Black people don't ask for help when they have mental problems. How is this? How is this universally through everybody? Hold on a second, y'all.
He right.
I mean, he hitting the mark.
We sure don't have no help. I might need to go sit down and talk to a shrink my damn self.
But like I said, why are these things universal? How can we believe those things, but we can't believe that we need each other to go forward?
I agree.
I agree, and I can say I'm an
Like,
example of that.
you got some folks, you got this guy over here got great ideas. You got this folks out over here who got the money. You got this guy over here who got the coordination to put it all together. That's how you make millions and make generational wealth. But it takes people who's not scared. Can't be scared. You gotta
It's
take a
always
risk.
about there. Hey, Jerome,
And
can I ask
that's
you a
it.
question?
Yes.
Am I the same person 10 years ago?
No. You're a
I don't
different
think
person.
none of us are. I know I ain't the same person I was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I wouldn't be on this show. No.
So within yourself, you had to think about a change.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah, a
I
lot
think,
changed.
see, yeah. See, I think here's the difference.
So,
That's the
so,
difference.
so somebody asked me the question. It's
Yeah.
always in you, but why do a lot of us don't come out of that, or why do a lot of us don't do that,
Don't do what change. You
or
talking about
fight for that
change?
change within yourself?
What? Ask it again. I'm sorry to hear you.
So,
I know why you
no,
asked
no,
it, but
no, because it was a conversation I was having earlier.
yeah,
Um, how, for instance, I changed
right,
because it's something that I wanted to do. Why
right.
do us as a people don't want it? Is we want to change, but don't come out of that change? What is holding us back?
You
A lot
okay?
of it was comfortable.
Yeah, you asking me?
I'm asking.
Uh,
No, I'm asking because
Cause
somebody need to hear this
all
answer
right, cause yeah. I go in
in
on
the
it. There's a
community. Now,
difference.
I'm talking about in the community, us as a
Yeah,
community.
I'm talking about the community. But here's the
Okay.
thing. See,
Uh-huh.
there's a difference between evolution and adaptation. There's a
Okay.
difference between it. To
Uh-huh.
evolve to be something new, that takes focus. That takes dedication to evolve into something new. Now, adaptation happens whether you thinking about it or not. It's like you go to work on driving down this road, but this road's been closed, so you go to a new road, right?
Uh-huh.
So you adapt every day to different things,
Uh-huh.
but it doesn't change your mindset about going to work. You just adapted the way you went, right? See, this is our life. We adapt to what's been placed in our lives. That's why they manipulate us. They have us to adapt to certain ways of life. Like there's things now that we accept and that we should not accept because we've adapted to it.
Uh-huh.
mm.
You can't say that about them. That hurts their feelings. So you adapt and you change how you think. You adapt. You change what you say. You adapt. You change
Mhm.
how you move. But you don't
And that
evolve.
and is that why they
Like
like rap so
us, we
much?
have to
Because they
evolve.
not sensitive.
Right.
Jerome,
Yeah.
is that why they like rap so much? Because they feel like they free to say what everybody can't say when they rapping.
Right. When they rapping. But you can't change your community.
But you
You
can't
rap
rap
all you
about
want.
killing nobody else but yourself.
Right. But that's the only person they're gonna let you rap about is killing yourself and killing ones that look like you. Because that's a mindset. That's an adaptation thing. Yeah, what's up, big?
Now, we constantly get beat up on an everyday basis, correct?
I'm listening.
Everybody can say what they want to say and tell us who we are, tell us what we can do, tell us how we're supposed to be.
Right.
So we are the most misunderstood, miseducated, the most disrespected.
That's what I'm going to say. I'm glad you said that.
The less, I mean, and can't say we not we the mis But at the same time, we're the most feared, but not realizing that we have the power.
Ooh,
Because
you want me to
we
get in
got
there?
it. We
Can
got
I
it.
get in there?
Huh?
Can I get in there? Because you said a whole lot now. I'm trying to unpack some of that.
But it's facts.
All right,
Yeah.
listen. And I totally agree with you. That's why I said we're gonna unpack some of that. Are we talking about being the most disrespected, right? Being the most hated, hated upon, being the most subjugated, right? There's a reason why. You know, it's just like when you're in Philly and you go to the zoo. That ain't the same lion that's on the Sahara, right? Because
Mhm.
he's been subjugated. You know, he a city lion now. So so it's things you have to do to a certain breed of people to nullify their what you call power, right? But see, here's the thing. This is what us as a people don't understand too. We holler black power, all this, da da da. There's a difference between power and strength. There's a difference between power and strength. Now, power, if I go to somebody that's a foot shorter than me, right? Weigh 50 pounds less than me, and I say, look, give me your lunch money, right? And if they give it to me, then they gave me their power also,
I'm calling
right?
proof what?
So if I go to that same person, I say, give me your lunch money. They say, no, you ain't eating. You might beat me up, but you ain't getting my money. Guess what? I have no power over them.
Then
Now
with
the only
proof
difference
what?
between us, now the only difference between us is strength. And once you know your true strength, you'll never give away your power.
That's right.
See, us as a people, we don't know our true strengths. That's why we keep giving away our power. We keep being dependent upon people that we don't need to be dependent upon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's just like if we are the lion, right? If we are the lion, we're not dependent on anything else. Why
Mm-hmm.
would it?
But we too dependent.
Why would a lion be dependent on a zookeeper? Because why? He trapped inside the zoo.
And he's the
They
one
need
that's
some
feeding me.
food.
And the
Damn.
zookeeper
So
know.
we trapped in. Damn. We trapped in
The
the zoo.
zookeeper know if he misstep inside of there, that lion gonna tear his ass apart.
So
So
we
he
took.
know how to handle the lion.
Ooh.
He know what to feed the lion to keep it docile.
Mm.
He know when to wake it up, let it sleep, not let it have sleep, feed it, what to put in its food. They control the lion and keep it in that cage because they know if the lion knew who he was. Right. Y'all got me with all these allegories and stuff.
Hey,
but
so they I used to read these books about the Reconstruction, right?
come
Okay.
on, come on.
And they used to talk about how ignorant the Negro was
Uh
to
oh.
politics. No, I'm
Let's
telling you
get it.
about it in
Let's
these
get it.
books. I
Let's
didn't read
get it.
about. Yeah, but let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead. Now, make your point.
So also in these books, it tell you that the Republican Party was started by 24, 26 Negroes and 6 white guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's correct.
Now, I used to always pull that up and show people this, like, look, those were our values, those were our goals, those was our key points that they're using now, because all these speakers do now is go get what the old politicians did. They go get their speeches and they regurgitate.
Right.
So now when you pull up the Republican Party, you don't see them no more. All you see is the Whig Party. The 6 guys from the Whig Party. You don't see nothing about the Negroes that actually created the Republican Party. They done took them clean off of Google. Any search you go on Yahoo, they're nowhere to be found. So a lot of people don't even know this history. So when I tell them that, they be like, "Well, you stupid, you tripping. Ain't no Negroes Republicans," and I'm like, "That's not true."
You're right. I mean, that's true indeed.
Well, they
And
You know
trying.
what's funny?
this
What's
is where
funny about
education.
what's funny about the British Parliament, the British governmental system, that passed to the United States, and the Whig Party that started, where the where the Whig even come from. Because see,
Africa.
they had no forms of government.
They were
Their government come
Afrikaners.
from, right. Those governments come from them. So they were just portraying those that were in power,
Right.
putting on the wigs.
Right.
Mm.
we don't even understand that. That's
They
why they
brought
wore
all that
wigs.
drama. They brought all that drama
Why
over here.
did
See, this what I
right?
used
Why
to
would
tell
you
people.
wear a disguise when you're trying to do business in judicial business? Why wear
Well,
wigs and robes, black robes?
so
Why?
think about it. They invaded Africa, South Africa, and they down there took all them folks' land and stuff, whatever. Then they messed up because when they tried to enslave them folks down there, they they messed up by letting them know who they was and where they was from. So
Well, they do.
when they came over here with us, they switched us around a little bit, but they
Man,
still kind of messed up a little bit. So then when they went to Australia, they like, oh, we get it right this time. You get what I'm saying? Like they didn't took all them folks' rights and took all their land. So
They killed
it's
most
some
of them too.
yeah, oh yeah. When they went
They
to
killed most of them.
Tasmanian Island, they killed all of them.
Yeah.
so you kill off the head, you kill off the history. Well, if you kill off the elders, you kill off the history.
You get to tell the
And
history.
yep, and you
So,
get your
so
kids to do whatever you want them to do.
and that's the frustrating part because nobody loves history. I love history. I love reading. I love researching.
So the bucking is Captain Cujo. Remember I was telling y'all about Captain Cujo in
Mhm.
Jamaica? They gave him the power over the people, and he had the first penitentiary outside pen where he was um, holding his own people as prisoners. And he was bucking on them over the little power that they gave him. We get that right now. They did an experiment at a college where they had the college kids. They took half of them and gave them authority over the other ones, and it
Yeah.
got violent in there. They got real
Yeah.
violent. Um, so that just lets you know how mankind is. But at the way this system over here in America is, you couldn't have a king because nobody will actually bow down to one person. So that's the reason why you will have a system that we have today. And it should be against the law for politicians to lie.
Oh,
Yeah, it should be. That's the basis of what they do.
they should
If you
get
get
paid
caught in a
when they
lie, if
tell
you
the
get
truth.
caught in a lie, you should be banned from politics immediately.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
I don't want to go there, but
I don't even want
the
to go
United
there
States,
either.
especially when you look at the history of the United States, they actually wanted a king. They were going to make George Washington
They wanted to
king.
make George Washington their king.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
he
the
actually
people wouldn't allow it though.
right. He actually blo- uh, technically he was a king for a little bit, in a sense of how he his power was.
But how
You know,
far how far back in history are we talking?
We talking about
but if you're talking
we
about
talking about
George Washington, you're talking
17,
about 17.
80, 89?
So we ain't
Well,
even made it past. We ain't even made it past the Mississippi yet. We barely at the Mississippi right now.
right,
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. They
That
ain't
is
really
true.
tussle with our people. They ain't really tussle with their ancestors by this time frame. No.
No,
But
no.
they did the Revolutionary War was over, so they can get over that Mississippi, over the
They
Mississippi.
didn't get on. Well, when they got over the Mississippi, boy, they fought for years. They fought all the way into the 1900s.
Well, hell, well, they already took everything they needed to take. Yeah, yeah. Fuck yeah, damn.
Yeah, so they didn't get Georgia till 1800s.
Right.
So somebody lying. That 400-year thing is a hoax.
That's a mind trick.
The
No, where it
host
actually
of
comes from.
Willie
It comes from
Lynch host.
that 400 years actually comes from Brian's
Roots.
book.
Huh?
It comes from your book, but that 400 years of captivity.
What book? Oh, you got jokes, don't you? You got fucking jokes, don't you?
400
Ah,
years.
ah,
It's
ah.
it's, they've been here for 400 years. That's what it should be. We've been in a tornado for 400 years.
We've been fighting for 400 years.
Right. But I mean, the thing that destroyed the old system in America was the same thing that destroyed not Kemet, but Egypt. You know, when you have mixed politics, it's never a good sign when you let somebody that's not from uh, naturally from that place sit on the throne. It always goes wrong.
Right.
But
So the blue done let all the foreigners in, and now you got them helping them in the office. You got now they trying to help their people. She bucking. She like, forget y'all. I'm trying to help my people.
yeah,
And we got it's just a mess. A lot of people. It's a lot of wars going on right now. A lot of threats of wars going on right now, and we worried about the wrong shit.
yeah. I think too. I don't know that whole thing with my people, right? That's what gets me is my people. Because why don't we have any loyalty inside of my people?
Listen to the music. I ran off on the plug. I ran. See, if I listen to something long enough, it's gonna become you. If you said do the mashed potato, you're gonna do the mashed potato. In the 90s, it said tear the club up. What we do? We went and tore the club up. Now they saying shooting. What these kids doing? They shooting. This all in the music, and y'all ain't. I'm telling you, man, we've been following the tune of the music for decades, and it done got to where it's at now. And
Because
we
of the
still
vibration.
following it. We still
The
following that
vibration.
tune.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, we've always when that drum get to beating,
We
you know,
there.
we, all you have to do is put a message on that drum, and we follow it because that's instinctual, right? But my thing is, maybe we got to do another show. Is when we talk about my people, because that, and we have to break down what tribal uh, wars are all about, because my people is a different thing, man. They don't care about if you think like with Kanye West and with uh Kyrie, if you think
Kyrie.
they that they were offended because it was a racial thing, then you've been fooled because it had nothing to do with race. Race don't even that don't even make sense. Because think about it like it's
Nah.
like take Obama, right? And I'm just throwing this out. Just take Obama, first black president, but he was just as much white as he was black.
Yeah.
He wasn't no
Right?
nigga.
Listen to what I'm saying. He was just as much white as he was black. So how can he be any race? What does
He
race
wasn't no
mean?
nigga.
Scientifically, what does race mean? So we get caught up in what they do to black people when you're missing the whole point.
But what connection did he have to black people?
Oh, I ain't even trying to get into him because that's a political thing. I know you want to go there, but but I'm trying to keep it with the race thing because we saying they oppress black people. Do they oppress black people? Who they really oppressing? What are they really oppressing? What are they trying to systematically keep down?
That didn't do nothing but get the more black folks to vote Democrats. That's all it did.
That's no
Okay.
different than what they just did 2 years ago.
Okay. So let me reword my question.
He out there right now
If black
getting voted.
people, if black people are black people, why we can't unite on anything?
Ooh.
That's a good one. So
Yeah,
you
that's
saying if that was the case, when we go to church in the morning, we won't drive past 100 churches just to go to this one church. We'll just all go to the same church if we all was to unite
If we
and do
all
the
what?
same thing. We will all
Yep.
go to the same church.
Right.
Oh, we all go through.
I'll say it like this.
If this your religion, it should only be one church in town.
So tell me this then. If I'm
Why you
hurting,
got 50 holiness?
if I that's a lot of dancing. But if I'm hurting, why don't anybody else hurt? If I want to move, why can't anybody else move with me? If I want to build, why don't anybody else want to build with me?
That
Because you
goes
ain't
back
with
to
the right people.
mentality.
You got to find the people that want to build and build with them.
I got to find my people inside of my people.
You got to go find the ones that's willing to build with you and build with them. That's how you do it. You got to be adamant about it, and you got to be out there getting it, bro. I got my eyes on the prize.
I'm sorry, I'm back. But
yeah, you got to build with those that want to build and build.
But my understanding is, or what I'm trying to get understanding is, why people don't build with each other that look like me. Why?
Well, we was taught to be about self.
That's a powerful influence. But when does the struggle not be motivational enough to bond with each other?
Because we've been struggling all our lives. We're trying to be like something we're not right now.
Because we never learn how to live. We stay in survival mode.
Remember CB4? Yeah. We're being something we are not. Even though we're trying to survive, we're still trying to be something we are not.
Listen.
If you broke and trying to survive and you get a check on Friday and that check's $700 and you go spend that whole check at the club.
You're right. Now listen, I want you to say what you said at the beginning. We what?
Who, me?
No, Coach. What'd you say? We what are we doing?
We're being something we not.
Okay, we're being something we're not. So if we know that we're not being what we're supposed to be, what is it that we're supposed to be?
We're supposed to be like when we was before segregation was, I guess. When we was, that's when we was at our.
What is that? What is that before segregation?
We was together. We was together. We took care of one another.
We had tribes.
Okay. We had tribes. Okay. So, have you ever noticed or even thought about this, that savages took the land, but then the savage become the people, and the people became the savage?
Ooh, so it got reversed.
Right.
And the reason why it's so hard for you to maintain being this savage is because that was never your design.
We was the people.
We was the people. Now we're looking up to the people and thinking we're savages. when it's never been like that any place on the earth.
Andrew Jackson called us savages, but go ahead.
Huh?
Right. But that was the whole mental switch, though. I want to project what I am onto you as I take your life,
Yeah, that's my
take
old lady
take
line
your
now.
place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, listen, there was this movie, and it made me think about when you said that, or when we was talking about this. Remember the Body Snatchers?
Yeah, the Return of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, but the alien could never take your body and your place until you went to sleep.
Mm.
When you're in your dream state,
So we sleep. We sleep.
we're in the Matrix.
That's we went to sleep, man, and they took our place.
Oh,
Yeah, when you try to get out that matrix, boy, it's hard. The matrix do everything in its possible to put you back in the
Back to
matrix.
sleep.
You're
Yeah,
not supposed to be here.
right,
That's how I felt when I first started running this company. It was like they doing everything in their power to stop me from being successful.
right. But they
And I'm
can't.
like, I'm looking at this guy over here, look like he got it easy, but then I had to think about what he had to go through his first year out here trying to get it as well.
Right,
Because now they like, yo, you don't want to have no CDLs, that's fine. I'm gonna tax you. I'm
right,
gonna tax you a lot. You want to drive
yeah.
that truck, you got to pay a lot of money to drive this truck. So it's like now it's like you buy a truck, it's like you buying yourself a job. You know what I'm saying? You have to
right,
figure out a way to capitalize and get out the matrix, and you got to get out of. It's first, it's in the mindset. Once you change the way your mindset is, then you can start working your plan and getting yourself up out the matrix. But other than
right,
that, the matrix is designed to keep you there.
right.
Don't think for 1 minute you just gonna bounce out that matrix and become a billionaire. That matrix ain't gonna let it happen that easy. It's gonna make you
But
fight
see,
for it.
but for you to become a billionaire, you have to become a billionaire inside of the matrix because that money is only relevant inside of the matrix.
I know it. I know it. But just
You see
think
what I'm
though,
saying? So it's just like when
logistics.
they said you're not a billionaire anymore. Well, it's just like you're not connected to this matrix anymore.
Logistics.
Mm,
Logistics is what Benzos and them got made their money off of. Logistics moving something for somebody else, moving
Right.
somebody else's product.
But
So
still,
basically, if you running a truck, say if I say, all right, let's go get 2 more guys and we go get 100 trucks, and then the 10-year goal is to have 10,000 trucks or something like that.
right.
With you see what I'm
But
saying?
see, and I
A
do.
couple a
I
couple of
do.
planes, some trains, some
But
boats.
everything that you're talking about, the movement, the logistics system, is still inside of this matrix. There's no way
Yeah,
possible for you to
but
move.
once you get that money, you can create. You can do something else like they're doing. Like
Right. But it's
he's
still
going.
inside the matrix, right?
Yeah, but
Ultimately.
he looking at different planets and shit to go to.
Right. Right.
He's
But
exploring.
all I'm saying is it's hard to break away from something when you're dependent.
Hmm. Oh, that's what I meant to say. I'm glad you said it. Dependent. I mean, minority.
Yeah.
We are minorities, and minority is a child. Uh, 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 not a minority, a minor,
Minor is a child.
right? So minority is a group of people that can't handle their own affairs,
That's true.
like some children.
Right.
So we have to get out of that minority mindset of being taken care of and take care of ourselves. And most people gonna say, "Oh, I take care of myself. I take care of myself." If they cut
Now,
your job off right now, would you be
what
able
you
to
gonna do?
maintain? That's right.
Exactly.
Now that's when you become and you creating your own income for yourself. and you're able to maintain a certain lifestyle for you and your family
Right.
and for your friends as well. So that's where everyone's mindset need to be at this point. And that's how you start creating generational wealth, communities of wealth, of communities creating their own and different things like that.
Right. Let me say this real quick because you mentioned minors. A minor also can't come into a contract. It's
Mm-hmm.
not it's not legally binding to go into a contract with a minor, right? So a minor has to have an advocate uh, to come into contract with. So that's
Ooh.
why us
Mm-hmm.
being minors and us saying that we're the minority, that we always have an advocate for us. The government is an advocate for us because why? We're wards of the state because we're minorities, we're minors. We don't have the mental capacity to come into contract
We're
to just
minors.
deal with
That's right.
ourselves, right? And see, here's the thing.
That's right.
This is get to your point. So, and I'm gonna use Tulsa for example. It's not the only place, but because they were free men, right, and women doing business, and they burned that down because why? They were doing it on their own. So they had to bring you with integration into a system. They had to make you minorities. They had to make you a minor so that they
Mhm.
controlled how you did business.
That's right.
See, that's where you at right now. You're in this minority system. You
Mm-hmm.
need them to make money because why? You don't have the mental capacity to do it for self. If you talked about music the whole time, music is the biggest minority system that's out there
Mm-hmm.
for outside of sports.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's because you have contracts, but that contract you're contracted to somebody. You're contracted to a company. The company is the one that does the business.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you even doing a B2B business with that company. You're doing it with whoever owns you,
Right.
Ooh.
and that owner does the business for you. You make all the money for them, and they do the business for you because you're a minor.
That's right.
I ain't even gonna don't man, listen.
That why I
Go
said
ahead, boy,
minority minor. When you said dependent, I was like, oh, minor.
that's
And that's our
exactly what
problem.
it
We
is.
have to get out of that state fast.
We have to mentally mature to know that we can stand on our own.
How can you mentally mature still talking about bitches and hoes and spraying up the block? You can't do it.
No, you can't. That's the adaptation part, man.
But
They,
that's the
they
Jim Crow too.
yeah, it's the control of the mind.
Well, Jim
It's
Crow was this is how the Negroes act. They can't control themselves. So we need to step in and put some laws on them just so they can control themselves and live a prosperous life because they always shucking and jiving, raping women, and that's the what
That's
they
what
put
Jim
on
Crow
us.
was. That's what Jim Crow was. He always
Right, I
kept a
know it.
razor. He always kept a razor on him, and he gonna cut somebody. Man,
Right. So now we Jim Crowing all over again with the pistol, with the
right,
gold chains around our neck.
exactly,
So we have to change that before they do Jim Crow 2.0 and pass some more laws on them just off the base of our color of our skin again. And then really wasn't nothing we'll be able to do because we out here killing each other like we stupid.
right. I
Andrew
agree
Tate
with
said, an Armenian girl or wherever he from said, she walks around at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, ain't nobody's gonna bother her because they are the same people.
right,
We should be the same way.
right. You hear what you just said? They know they the same people. We don't.
That's some deep shit, that. But yeah, man, that's all I
What's up,
got for
B?
y'all.
What's up, B? What your time look like?
D D the
uh,
Mystic.
we're about an hour 30.
Yeah, we got about 3 minutes.
I'm gonna get my last words in, man. I appreciate y'all coming on. I appreciate everybody. Well, for some reason, I feel like we had some problems with it today, but we still got our podcast out the way anyway. Appreciate you, Crew Cut, for coming on. Sharing your wisdom, your knowledge. But
Anytime. I enjoy it. I ain't been online a long time.
I know I kind of missed it. I was like, man, where's Crew Cut at? This is perfect. I actually called. I had to talk to Jerome. I talked to Jerome last night about it. I'm like, do I need to bring Crew Cut on here? Because I don't know when it to get too messy.
Nah, I ain't gonna get too messy. I'm trying to
No,
keep
because I
my
know when
business.
we go
I don't
in,
want
we
them
can
to come
go
looking for
in,
me.
and sometimes we forget how sensitive the system is.
Yeah, it's
But
very
again,
sensitive.
like I said, appreciate everyone. My last words is believe in yourself, love yourself, and understand yourself. Crew Cut, give me your last words.
Find out what you get at and do it.
Jerome.
That's it.
That's short and sweet. That's powerful. Point of access. What I mean by that is you say find yourself. It's hard to find yourself when you have no point of access,
Ooh,
nowhere to look back to, nowhere to gather information from. Um, we have to do a better job as growing elders to give our young people a point of access or an access point to look back to say this is who we are, and continue to strengthen each other, man. You
Yo,
know,
hey, sit down. Go
dog,
ahead.
dog got to get his last words in too.
yeah, he got him in, didn't he? I think he was a man in me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, man, bulldoze.
But but like I said, man, we gotta give them something to look back to. So if they're doing research, where can I find our history? And what is a relevant point for us to be looking at?
Facts.
Other than that, y'all be safe.
All right, yo, this is a three-headed monster. We signing out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.